Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Eric Cave. I'm the Director of Next Generation Ministries for the Pacific Northwest Conference. And I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Rick Newell. He's the Interim Youth Ministry Director at Evergreen Covenant Church. And I got together with him a few months ago in that capacity to connect and hear about his ministry. And I discovered that he has got a lot going on besides just youth ministry at the church. And we're going to share a little about that today. So Rick, welcome. First off, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your ministry with the church and with foster children to get us started.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Greetings. All those that are in the trenches, loving kids well. Keep it up. You're doing great work. Thanks for having me here, Eric. Appreciate sharing our story, little pieces of our story. But yeah, I'm the interim director here at Evergreen. Been for a while. I'll probably be there through June, it looks like. But just love doing it. We're married to my amazing wife, Rebecca, and we have 4 awesome sons. And I've served in kids, taught kids, worked with kids for 25 years. So it's a labor of love. Our church thanks me for doing it, but it's like thanking me for eating ice cream. I just really enjoy it. And then, yeah, so it's a part-time thing for us. And then our full-time thing is a mentoring program for youth in foster care. My wife and I spent 10 years building another mentoring program for Black American males. And we find Black males in college, pay them really well to mentor the most vulnerable guys, the most underserved guys in Seattle public schools. And they make $30 an hour just walking alongside these kids. And then the mentors also get a coach. So we did that for 10 years. We raised up leadership and handed off our baby last year, a year ago. And we thought, hey, maybe that same idea applies to kids in foster care. So we're doing a new mentoring program. We're a glutton for punishment. So we're finding young adults who grew up in foster care and paying them well to mentor kids who are currently in care. And then the mentor also gets a support family to help them go through. And then obviously the big idea is if I sit down next to a kid in foster care and I say, I know how you feel, that kid's going to say, no, you don't. But if I grew up in care myself and I was a young adult and I said, I know how you feel, that kid would say, actually, he does know how I feel. And we feel like that near peerness really accelerates trust and builds lasting change, generational change in kids who experienced, you don't know foster care, they've experienced a tremendous amount of trauma. It is just really dark territory. So getting somebody that is really close to them and their experience just brings about real change. Yeah. So that's us in a nutshell.
Well, thanks, Rick. I know earlier you mentioned that you were recently featured in a podcast about your foster
care. It just came out a couple of days ago. Maybe we can put that in the link below, but just describes our model and what we do. And yeah, just really fun being on that.
I'd love to. So you're involved in so many things, and that's not even all. So one of the things that surprised me when we got together is you were talking about this new venture you have going of developing these posters that teach like the Bible or scriptural ideas. And you've got your first one together and it's about the kingdom of God. So tell us about this poster that you developed and how it accomplishes your goal of advancing the kingdom of God one poster and puzzle at a time.
Yeah, it is. I'm uber creative. If I'm not being creative, I get a little spiritually and emotionally constipated. I just gotta be creative. So I draw a lot, paint a lot. I know the Adobe Design Suite and creating. And so a little over a year ago, I was looking at the kingdom of God and I started doodling and creating, sort of personifying what Jesus was teaching. And as you, and I'm sure many of your watchers know, Jesus's favorite topic was the kingdom of God. And so I started to create characters, the sheep and goats, sheep representing people in the kingdom of God and goats representing those outside the kingdom of God, and just started personifying those and creating them on my computer with Adobe Illustrator. And the cool thing was that my kids would come and sit in my lap and watch me create it. And then almost every time they would ask questions about what's happening in the picture. So they would say, why is he bearing the bag of gold, Dad? I would say, well, let's take a look. And we would open the Bible and we'd read Jesus' teaching on the talents. Like, why are you burying your talents? And so the poster personifies all of that. It's a very busy poster. And so we've built 30 lessons, 30 devotionals that people can do either in a Sunday school. Right now, they're just 10-minute devotionals, but we're working kind of slowly on doing more robust ones. But they're perfect for Sunday school, vacation Bible school, and especially at home when you're with your kids. It's about ages 6 to 14 or 15. When your kids are winding down at night, you pull out the poster or leave it out for a while. There's a QR code that takes you to the 30 lessons, and you just talk about the kingdom of God. So I know I've described it. It's hard to imagine, but I'll just pop it up here. I think this will work. Yeah, let me just take a little picture of it here. Share the screen. Can you see that pretty well?
There it is. Yep.
Yeah, there it is. So as you can see, it's really busy. And generally, the right is the sheep and the left is the goats, but wonderfully, the sheep bleed into the goats and serve. And so they're all matched by color, sheep and goats. So if you see one color sheep, there's a matching goat somewhere else on the screen. So kids find it fun looking for the matches around the screen. So if you can see my mouse, this group here, this is Jesus' teaching on being childlike. So these sheep are being childlike. They're playing with the balls and having kids. And then way over here are some goats who are not being childlike. The goats want to play, and the big goat's saying, "No, I don't want to play with you. You're not having a childlike attitude." And so the whole poster is full of this, and you just put it in front of kids and they will just dive right in. They'll get in it on their own, and eventually they almost always start asking questions. And then the other layer to it is that we've hidden a bunch of things in there. So we've hidden fun things like a baseball or tennis shoes, and then some spiritual things like the armor of God or staff or a scroll. And so kids like a Where's Waldo video or a Where's Waldo book, they enjoy just going throughout the poster. And so, the big idea is that that's Jesus's favorite topic. I want to raise kids who are kingdom-minded kids. I think churches and other families want to raise kingdom-minded kids so that God's kingdom can advance here on this earth. And so we've got about 10 or 12 posters that we would love to do. We just came out with it, just opened this month. So it's for last month. So it's brand new and we're selling posters. We built a website for it, and we can put that link in the bottom. It's baama.com, BAAAMAAA.com. And that's where you can buy the posters. So I'll stop talking for a minute and you can ask any questions you want there.
Thanks, Rick. It looks really high quality. Like the first thing I thought of, like you mentioned, was something like Where's Waldo, book. I think kids will instantly see it and kind of understand what it's about, kind of start looking for things. Go ahead and stop sharing. And then tell us, if you don't mind, you mentioned the website. But like, what can people expect? You can buy the poster there, have it shipped to them. How much does it cost? What are we looking at?
Yeah, it's $19.95, and then shipping on top of that was about $5. And the devotionals, there's a QR code on the website, takes you right to the devotionals that are on the website. That's easy to see. There's a single pack for families, or you can buy a 10-pack for Sunday schools, or there's a conference pack. I don't know if it would be a high school one. I know you and I were both on the the Thunder Retreat. I don't know if it's middle school or high school, but who knows? We've got those options open for people. So yeah, got
a lot of options available. Good. Well, it looks fantastic. I hope that people will show some interest in it and check it out. This is great. Thank you so much for sharing this and for being with us today, Rick.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope it's a great holiday season.
Bye.